Nintendo!
Hey everyone, welcome back with Bino Mac, where today we're going to continue our Star Fox Assault playthrough on the Nintendo GameCube. Let's go wild.
Members of Star Fox, a grave danger looms. The Lylat System is in peril.
What? How do you know?
We know. The research director will brief you on all the details.
Hello again, everybody.
Dad, you're the research director? You never told me that.
Oh, yes. Well, gee, didn't I? Yes. Well, in any case, if I may continue, these Aparoids...
Aparoids?
Indeed, they are the enemies you faced earlier. I believe it was about 17 years ago. A whole fleet was destroyed by a sole Aparoid. Oh, we were somehow able to survive that trial, but that was just a taste of what's coming. We are currently analyzing data from the core memory you found. But we could understand much more if we had a complete specimen.
We have detected a distress signal originating from the Katina outpost. However, we're unable to contact anyone there. We suspect Aparoid involvement. You must find the distress signal.
No problem at all, sir. I'll head to the surface immediately. That signal shouldn't be too hard to find.
By yourself? It's too dangerous. I'm going too.
No, I want you guys in our wings, covering me from above. I'm counting on you. Let's do this! It's too quiet. Something's wrong here. It's a trap! It's the Aparoids after all.
Alright, so here we go. We're going to continue with our mission 2. And, obviously, last video, if you didn't check it out, obviously we finished off the remains of Andross's army, led by Angel Oinkany. His nephew, the Aparoids. One of them took out Angel Oinkany for us. We took out the android that took out him, or the Aparoid, I mean. And now we have found, a bunch more due to the core that they need. And we're trying to get another core of an Aparoid here in this mission. But this is our first on foot section. I always thought this base was like a really cool base in my opinion. And it's a pretty nice simple level to really get you to be able to learn to play this game. I remember as a kid actually, I always just thought this game was actually really tough. This playthrough is going to be the first time I actually fully played through Star Fox Assault. I've gotten probably just a little bit over halfway. So But it's definitely a little bit easier than I remember, but this is also like the easiest difficulty as well.
Whew, there's no end to these things. Peppy, send me a landmaster, will you?
On its way. What's the situation?
Well, I got my hands full, but what else is new?
Done. Here's your landmaster. Let me know if you get lonely and I'll drop by.
Nah, all I need is a landmaster.
Transmission complete. It's all yours, Fox.
Great. Good to see the transmission system's targeting is as sterling as ever.
I really like Star Fox's voice in this. Really sounds like a real down-to-earth kind of guy. The everyman or whatever. I don't think the story is perfect, not by any means, but I do think that they did a pretty decent job for what they had. And obviously now we got the landmaster, and this is kind of the tank essentially. It's just one of 3 ways to play the game. And, you know, of course, every level we gotta protect our guys here. Krystal, who's all there. But, you know, we gotta try and save her. The targeting is not the best, in my opinion, but, I mean, I'm also just not a shooters guy, so that could be the issue. I might have to actually get on foot and handle this. So they're all over the place. But at least on the easy difficulty, I mean, I actually have some time to try and save these people. There we go. I think I got it. Yeah.
I thought I was done for. Thanks.
But yeah, I mean, I kind of like all the voice actors in this game. Slippy is just annoying, but I think that's kind of it's supposed to be his character a little bit. I think this is probably my favorite Falco voice. You know, I really liked Fox's voice, Krystal's. I don't really think there's a bad voice actor in this game, to be honest. I don't think any of them, I could be wrong, I haven't done my research, I don't think any of them are notable in the industry in that way, but I think they all, like, you know, they really bring a lot of these characters to life, in my opinion, in a very entertaining way. But I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of Star Fox 64, you know, purists are like, nah, these guys sound like jerks, and, you know, they're used to Peppy having that voice, oh, barrel roll, you know, type deal, which I understand. Like I said, I mean, you know, the 64 is the game that is obviously the most popular, that people loved and whatnot, and, you know, obviously this game didn't do the best, but you know, I do love a lot of what they did in this game.
Only a few targets left. Keep it up.
But who knows? Maybe as I get go through the game and through the story a little bit more, I'm gonna have a more cynical kind of viewpoint of this game.
Whoa, what are these things?
This looks bad. Our scans show those things can spawn more Aparoids.
Yep, so now we gotta take out these spawners, I guess you could call them that. I don't think we actually get a real name for them, but, you know, it's, you get pretty much a few mission objectives every, I guess, you know, level or whatever. They call the levels missions too, so, but, you know, I thought this stuff would be a lot harder, because like I said, I remember as a kid, this stuff was, you know, very difficult. But, I mean, as you can see, I'm not perfect now, and I'm kind of able to kind of power through this stuff, so it does seem like a somewhat easier game than what I remember. Yeah, here's the iconic Slippy getting his, you know, butt hounded. I think Slippy's usually the one people always associate with getting, you know, cornered and not being able to defend himself and whatnot. I think he's more the tech guy or whatever. I'm getting my butt whooped. Man, it keeps going through them or past them. Even when I walk on, I feel like, there we go. Get that guy too. Come on.
Ouch! Cut it out!
Jeez, I cannot get this dude. Meanwhile, I'm getting attacked too. Oh, jeez. Like I said, I'm kind of taking a pounding right now, but these guys are weak, so I can take the hits. But yeah, I think if Star Fox, I said this last video, I think if Star Fox was more story driven. Oh, jeez. That's not good. I think if Star Fox was more, you know, story driven, I think it could do a lot better as a series. But obviously, you know, like with Star Fox Zero, the gameplay was just, you know, apparently awful, which, you know, I'm not opposed to trying it out, but it does sound kind of sick. And, you know, a pain in my, you know, eyes, you know, having to look up at the screen and down at the gamepad, you know, I guess at least they tried. but I think they could have done something easier. That seems to be the main complaint, is that, unfortunately, is that it just the controls and, you know, are buggy and this and that. And when a game is just, I hate when, like, you can look at a game and it's just poorly made, but like companies hold that against the game anyway when it shouldn't be. So, like, you know, if Star Fox Zero, they say that's a failure and whatnot, and they're not gonna bring it back because the game didn't perform well, essentially, and the game controls were not good and this and that. I mean, that would just be so lame. It'd be just downright unpleasant to think that the Star Fox series would end just because, you know, it wouldn't be fair for it to end, you know, due to that game and its controls and just, quite frankly, just being reviewed poorly for that fact of just nobody liked it the way it jived, I guess. So, I mean, it definitely deserves, at the very least, one more chance. And I think if they do go into that, you know, that story-driven route, I think that there's a chance, you know, it could make, maybe not a comeback. Like I said, I personally don't see the series ever truly making a comeback to the heights that once reached, you know, way back in the day, well over 20 years ago at this point. But I still think that there is some merit and some worth to these games, you know, because that's kind of what I really like about this game. It's just kind of the story. You see a lot of interaction between, well, not a lot of it, but the interaction you see with Krystal and Fox, I think, is entertaining, even though well, I'm not going to spoil anything, but, you know, I think the new characters they introduced are very entertaining, as we'll see later on. Jeez, even the rocket launcher shot didn't take that guy down. But, you know, Falco, I think, is very entertaining. I think if we just had more of that, you know, I think that would help the game a little bit too. And obviously, like I said, I'm not really a shooter guy. And, you know, with how popular shooters are nowadays, Star Fox, I just kind of don't really see it competing with the average market in that sense. So, I mean, it really is tough to really think, you know, like what the series is going to be able to do at this point, which, once again, story driven. That's why I say it should be. And obviously, it needs to have, kind of like Mario with a platformer, it needs to have those crisp controls in order to, you know, succeed, in my opinion. Otherwise, you know, what's the point?
I got a bad feeling about this.
That thing's huge!
So, the leader, huh?
That thing is giant and ugly.
Wait, that thing has a core memory.
You heard the lady, Fox. We gotta get that core memory.
Alright, boss battle time. Now we just gotta get the core memory, but I think I'm gonna need the landmass for this one. But yeah, I think even Metroid Dread showed that, you know, even for the classics, I mean, people really enjoyed Metroid Dread. It's just a very good classic Metroidvania type game, you know, what made it famous in the first place. So while I don't want... well, maybe I would play it, honestly. Because like I said, you know, first one, I've said it like a million times, this is the only one I played, Assault. And I haven't even finished it yet, to be honest with you. But Star Fox, because of Smash, I loved playing as him in, you know, Smash and Brawl back in the day and stuff like that. It's actually what got me into, you know, this kind of stuff. And I kind of want to get more into it now and actually give it a chance. But, geez, I'm having a time here. But, it's kind of one of those things where I feel like, you know, they got to kind of recapture the actual roots before they kind of move on too, while giving us new stuff. And you know, I think the big thing is you know, we've got to kind of, you know, be able. Jeez, I don't even know what I'm trying to say here. Just we got to be able to do something new at the same time, because it sounds like, you know, Star Fox Zero was a rework of, you know, the original Star Fox 64 story and whatnot, and all that kind of stuff. So I mean, I think we need something new that continues the story. And I think technically with Command, I think there was one Star Fox game that had like a whole bunch of different endings. So they kind of finished, I guess you could say, the original timeline. So I get why they rebooted it. But we'll just have to see where it goes. But that's the end of this video. Remember, have a nice day.
Fox, get that core memory.
Okay, that must be it.
Careful, we don't know anything about what we're up against.
I know that. Hey, it looks like that distress signal's no longer transmitting.
That doesn't sound good.
Hey, thanks for helping me out.
Pigma!
Long time no see, Fox.
The SOS signal. It was you?
This is I'm here. I'll just help myself to this.
No, that's...
Is it that important? Then I'm gonna be rich. Smell you later.
Stop! Pigma! Dang!
Fox, I'm tracking Pigma on radar. Get back to the Great Fox now.